Hey guys, welcome. Today we are going to talk about miscarriages, and I am going to share our story of our miscarriage. So stay tuned if that's something you want to hear. Hi friends, welcome. If this is your first time here, congratulations on finding this channel. I hope it is helpful for you. If you're a returning member, thanks for coming back. Today we're going to talk about something tough, and it's super vulnerable for me because I've never shared it in a platform like this. So, alert that this is going to be about miscarriages. So it is heavy, it is tough, it is my story, and I guess we'll kind of go at it. My hope with this is to help other people who are struggling with pregnancy loss, who are struggling to get pregnant, and who, I don't know, are just struggling with pregnancy stuff, I guess. Get the story out there maybe, so people don't feel so alone, because as you'll hear, that was kind of a common theme throughout my journey. So here we go. So I also feel like I need to add that I don't put humor in here because I think this is funny. I don't think this is funny at all. If you're anybody close to me, you know that I have like a super nervous laugh and smile. So if I'm super nervous about something, I will have to say to my loved ones, I don't think this is funny. I'm just super nervous. But also I throw humor in to get through life and to get through things. So there will be some humor inside of this. I might laugh some or giggle some or whatever that looks like. And it's not because I think this is funny. I don't at all think this is funny, and you'll hear on my journey, it's really not funny at all. But humor is just kind of a way to get through it. And that's me, so. Okay, so backwards rewind. So, okay, my journey starts with, I had this thought for most of my life that I couldn't get pregnant. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it started. I have no idea why that thought was in my mind, but from a very young age, I remember thinking about mommyhood and thinking that I wasn't going to be able to have kids. So, who knows? It was like God's gift to me to have this thought. I have no idea where it came from, but it was that. So I remember even having conversations with friends like, hey, I don't think I can ever have kids, and then having nothing to back up why I thought that. So I think it's important to know that this has been like a long-standing thought inside of my mind that I was gonna struggle with pregnancy. So there's that. So my husband and I met when I was 18 years old. We worked together. I always joke that our first date was at Subway. He clearly didn't think it was a date, so there's that. But so we were young when we met. He was a couple years older than me. I was 18. I'd always had a dream of having like a big happy family, right? And I feel like I was always a little bit more mature than my age was. And so anyways, with all that, I felt like I was ready to start having kids and get married at a younger age than probably most people. Now, I don't know if I actually was more mature or if I just thought I was more mature, but either way, that's where we got to how we got to. So, my husband and I met when we were 18. We got married when I was 24. 24, yes. And then soon after we got married, we decided to try and start having kids. I was like ready. Like I was ready to be married like before we were married. I was ready to start having kids before we started having kids. So, yeah, I was always like, need to get to the next level, which has kind of been a pattern in life for me, which touche for some, right? So anyways, we decided to start trying to get pregnant, and it wasn't like this, like we need to have a baby right now. At least I'm pretty sure not for my husband. For me, I was cool with it. But so we started trying, but things were just weird for me. Like my cycle wasn't regular, like I don't know, things just weren't really quite right for me. They never really had been quite right for me. So after about a year of trying and not getting pregnant, we talked to my doctor, and my doctor talked to both of us and said, I would like to do some testing. We'll test both of you to make sure that things are working properly and go from there. So we did testing. Everything was cool with my husband. Things were not cool with me. So with me, like I said, my cycles were irregular, and so they were like, hey, girlfriend, you don't ovulate like you're supposed to, and so you're gonna have a tough time getting pregnant. So they said, if you guys are actually ready to have a baby, then you guys should probably try some hormonal stuff to try and get pregnant, fertility treatments, right? And so we were like, okay, cool. And my husband was like, what, really? Like, we're so young. Why would we need help right now? So I think it was a struggle. My husband has always been super supportive and super awesome and amazing, but he totally was not like, oh, sorry, husband. Sorry, my dearest, that I'm talking about you. But I don't think my husband was in the same place as I was about it. So I was like, boo-hiss, it's my fault that we can't get pregnant. And he was like, hey, we're cool, we're young. So anyways, we started fertility treatments and we got pregnant the first time. The first month of fertility treatments, we got pregnant. And I remember thinking like, oh shit, it happened? Like now, like we're pregnant now. So I remember being like shocked, like I thought I could never get pregnant. Holy buckets, right? Yeah. So we got pregnant. We told my family. I was 6 weeks pregnant. We told my family at Thanksgiving. They were so excited. It was so fun. But I remember the whole time having this feeling of like, I'm pretty sure I can't get pregnant, and so I wasn't supposed to get pregnant, and I just can't imagine that this is real and that this is actually going to happen. And so we went along with it though. We told people, we were excited, we announced it, everything, and we would get those reactions of like, oh, congratulations, how far along are you? And I was like, 6 weeks. And they were like, oh, okay, congratulations. And I didn't get it, really. I was like, poo-poo on you. Like, why are you not excited for me, right? So fast forward, about 2 weeks, and things just weren't right. So I was really, really sick to my stomach, like morning sickness, and all of a sudden it was gone. And just like I was having to pee a lot in the middle of the night, it was gone. Like literally my symptoms came to like a crickets. And at first I was like, dude, this is awesome. I can eat whatever I want. I'm not sick anymore. And then I was like, ooh, this doesn't feel right. So shortly after that, I started bleeding and then knew, right? Like I knew my symptoms were gone. I was bleeding. We know. So I was devastated. So we called my doctor, and my doctor had me come in for a blood test, and the blood test confirmed that I was having a miscarriage. So I will never forget the day we got the phone call. I just have tears in my eyes thinking about it. The day we got the phone call, I was standing in the entryway of our house, and I saw the phone number come up, and I answered it, and my doctor was very kind but told me that we were miscarrying. So my husband was standing right there, and he seemed shocked to me, like kind of didn't really know what to say or what to do, right? I mean, what words are there for that, right? I'm sorry. I mean, there really are no words. So, and I went upstairs to my bedroom, and I honestly don't know what I did after that. I fell asleep, or I don't know, that I was just so emotionally like told that it just, I had nothing. So, but after that, I remember thinking that we were being punished. So I have some religious views that will kind of come in and out of our blogs, and I won't go like deep into it. But my thought at the time, sorry, I'm gonna go back. My religious views are unique, and I don't know many other people that have the same religious views as me, but so you're gonna kind of hear like some God stuff in and out, and some stuff that maybe doesn't make sense with your religion or whatever that looks like, right? But so just bear with me on the religion stuff. I'm still searching. So I remember thinking though that we were being punished, and we were being punished by God because we forced it. because it wasn't time to have a baby, and I was so gung-ho that I wanted to have a baby, that I did fertility treatments, and that it wasn't the right time, it wasn't our time to have a baby, and that was our punishment. And so saying that now is so sad to me. Come on. I mean, really? But I was so deep and so dark in, like, how could this happen to me? There must be a reason this happened to me that was supposed to be our baby. I had hopes and dreams for that baby. That baby was inside me, right? And so there must be some reason that that baby was taken away. And then, so that took a lot of working through for me. And then I also remember thinking, oh, so that's why people gave me that shocked look when I told them I was 6 weeks pregnant. And then that converted over to anger of, well, that's not fair, because even if I was only 6 weeks or 8 weeks pregnant, that was still a baby inside of me. And so it was tough. It was really tough, all mixed with the shame of, like, I was really young and thinking, like, maybe I wasn't deserving of being pregnant then. So as you can tell, a lot of, like, really negative self-talk, but that was reality for me at that time. It was really, really hard for me at that time to find anything positive, really, if you will. It was just a dark, dark time. And so I didn't really have friends that had kids. I didn't have friends that were trying to get pregnant. My, like, group of people that were like me was thin. I mean, it was almost non-existent. So I didn't have many people to talk to about what was going on. So it was a really, really, really lonely time. And so somehow my husband and I clinged on to each other, and we got through it. And quite honestly, that part of life is just like kind of a blur, if you will. Like, I don't remember much. I remember going to work after finding out and being bitter, and, like, hearing people's problems and being like, get over it. Like, you're mad about paperwork? Like, okay, I wasn't a therapist at this point. I feel like I need to add that here. I wasn't a therapist at this point. I was actually working for the military full-time. I'm a veteran. And thinking, like, you guys are upset about paperwork? Like, I just had a miscarriage. Like, I'm actively miscarrying right now, and you guys are complaining about that stuff? I mean, I remember being really bitter to people. And so it took time. It took time to heal and get through and work through emotionally, and lots and lots and lots of work. And kind of working through those negative beliefs I had, like I was being punished, and I was too young, and I wasn't worthy, and, you know, there was a lot to be worked through. And so, yeah, I mean, that was kind of my tough journey. I feel like I need to remind everybody that this is my view of the story. This isn't my husband's view or any outsiders, people's view. This is just straight mine. And so if mine's skewed, it doesn't mean other people's needs to be skewed or anything like that. But that's where I was at. So I feel like I need to create the happy ending for this, because it is a happy ending, but that is a part of me and who I am and what makes me think ways that I think. And that's what got me here today. And I believe that's what helps me work with other people who have suffered loss and who have had miscarriages and who have had hopes and dreams ripped from them when they weren't expecting it or prepared for it. But so moving forward, my husband and I did decide to continue with fertility treatments when I got to a point of recognizing that I was worthy and that this wasn't something done to me as a punishment. And that unfortunately 1 in 4 women, or 1 in 4 pregnancies, does end in miscarriage. And so it's a common thing that many of us suffer through, and that a lot of times is unspoken. So we pushed through. We did another round of fertility treatments, and we got pregnant again on our second fertility treatment journey. And we had a beautiful, spunky, fabulous, huge piece of my heart little girl named Peyton, and she's 4 now. And so after that, we got pregnant again with our son without fertility treatments, and his name is Baron, and he is 1.5 years now. So please guys, the journey can be tough, the journey can be treacherous, the journey can be lonely, and we can have a lot of self-talk that isn't accurate or true. So if you are going through something like this, please know there are therapists out there that are certified, that have done lots of training, who have a huge heart to work with other women who have gone through fertility treatments or miscarriages, early miscarriages, late-term miscarriages, stillbirths, all that stuff. There are people highly trained and that their heart is in it to work with these people, to work with people like you if you've gone through this. So please, please, please reach out if you're in the beginning stages, the later stages, the unknown stages, the, oh my God, I can't have kids. I don't think I can have kids, but I'm only 14, so I don't really know that for sure, right? If you're in any of those stages, please, please, please find somebody to talk to, because the journey does not have to be as lonely as it could be without. So take care. Please comment below if you have any other videos that you'd like me to speak on, or any other topics you want me to speak on. Thank you for listening to my vulnerable journey and my vulnerable story that I have not shared with a big group before. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and have a good day. Bye guys.